Well, those hopes about a fiscal cliff deal may be good enough for some stock traders today, but is the economy in a position to deal with whatever solutions politicians may hammer out? It's expected that the fiscal cliff will involve tax hikes of some sort, spending cuts as well. We spoke with economist Dean Baker from the Center for Economic Policy and Research and economist Douglas Holtz-Eakin of the American Action Forum. NBR's Washington Bureau Chief Darren Gersh began the discussion by asking Baker what tighter federal policy will mean for the economy in the coming year.
Insofar as we get austerity, we get tax increases, spending cuts, that's going to slow the economy. I anticipate a deal so we don't see the full, $500 billion tax increases, $100 billion spending cuts. But whatever we do see by way of tax increases, spending cuts will mean somewhat of a drag on growth, which really is not what we want to see right now. If I had my choice, we'd be having more stimulus, which would mean more, tax cuts, more spending, boost the economy.
Are we headed for European-style light austerity light?
We shouldn't have to be. I mean, what we should be doing is fixing the long-term debt problem, and that's just something that should happen in the spring. Between now and the spring, we have to get through this end-of-the-year threat, which would cause a recession, in my view. And so let's not do more tax increases. Let's not do the big spending cuts. Let's just continue current policy, get to the spring intact, and then solve the debt problem. But that doesn't mean you cut national security, basic infrastructure, education, research. Those are core functions of government. You fix the big entitlement programs, which are the source of the exploding debt, and you do a tax reform so you can grow as quickly as possible.
I'm hearing some people say that maybe we could get a deal where we phase out the payroll tax cut going away, or that the president might want some kind of jobs program. Do you think that's possible, and how big could it be for next year?
Well, I think it's possible that we would see a bit of both, that we would see something by way of either an extension of at least part of the payroll tax cut or some equivalent tax cut to boost the economy, because I think there is a lot of support even among the Republicans for something to boost the economy, some measure. Jobs program might be harder sell with the Republicans, but perhaps extending unemployment benefits, which is an important thing.
Could Republicans take a jobs program or a stimulus, whatever you want to call it, a program to help the economy? And would that make sense?
If we got a good deal on the fiscal cliff and we didn't do the irrational thing and go over it, that in and of itself could help the business confidence. Second is that the more you try to cram into the lame duck, the more dangerous it gets.
But if we don't do something, you don't think if we do a mini deal that gets us to a larger deal next year, you don't think that's going to jeopardize the economy, either one of you?
I think if we can just do as little more as possible. We're already going to raise some taxes. The payroll tax holiday may very well go away. So no more. I think the economy can get through that. It's not good news, but it's not the end of the world. And then you need a deal in the spring.
You agree with that?
Well, I think that we will see slowing. Yeah, I mean, that will be a drag on the economy. But the story of a recession, of going over the fiscal cliff, is one where those tax increases and spending cuts stay in place through the year.
Just very quick prediction, how much do you think they'll come up with a package, and how big will it be? $2 trillion, $2.5, $3 trillion?
I don't think a package before. I think they'll separate the issues. So I think we'll have something done on getting over this fiscal cliff, and then they'll talk about a package.
I think they will not go to the fiscal cliff, probability 0.7, not 1, and they'll sketch out a framework for a deal in the spring, but they won't actually get it done. It's too much work.
I thought we would solve this all before Thanksgiving, but I can see maybe why they're going to need more time to do this. I want to thank our bearded economists, Doug Holtz-Eakin and Dean Baker. Thank you very much. Have a good holiday.
Thank you.